I don't support that whole baby mama bullshit. Get married and have some kids. Like, I think you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Hey, so that is actually some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Just have kids. Just have the child. Just keep giving birth. You will figure it out. Why do people feel like that is the best advice to give somebody? Why do you feel like you telling somebody, just do it? Like, just do it. Once you're in it, you'll just figure it out. How is that it? Like, when they give that advice, don't they think about it and be like, what if you don't figure it out? What if you can't figure it out? Why can't you just know what you're getting into before you do something? This is having another human being that you'll be responsible for the rest of your life. So you're just telling me, just do it. Just do it. You figure it out. You figure is that a best advice? Because this lady is saying that millennials and Gen Z should stop thinking about, oh my God, I don't have money to provide for these children. I don't have money for children. I want to stay child free because I cannot afford it. And nobody was actually able to afford children. So stop thinking about the price, stop thinking about the money, stop thinking about every other thing. Just have them. You will learn in the job. You will learn. Let me show you all these videos. Let me know your thoughts about the video down in the comment section, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
Sorry, but like millennials, Gen Z, like we have to like get over this whole thing. Like, I can't afford kids. Like, you're never gonna afford kids. Like, no one could. It's like no one has ever been able to afford kids. So just like have kids. Like, if
Absolutely disgusting, by the way. I almost puked, but let me stay focused.
I don't support that whole baby mama bullshit. Get married and have some kids. Like, I think you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Hey, so that is actually some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. She literally just keeps repeating, Gen Z millennials, we need to be quiet and start having kids. And it doesn't matter if you can't afford it. It doesn't matter if you have no idea how you could actually support a child. You'll figure it out. Have the kid first. Create a whole nother person that you need to take care of first. Then figure out how you're going to feed them, clothe them, house them. The dumbest shit I've ever heard. And she's like, you'll never actually be able to afford kids. But if you wait, you might never have them. And that's okay. We have to stop encouraging people to have children who either A, don't want them, or B, know they cannot take care of them. If somebody is telling you, I can't have children right now, there is no way I could afford them and give that child an even partially decent life, your reaction shouldn't be, well, you'll figure it out. Unless you're planning to pay for that child personally, which I know you're not.
I just want to say this. No one in history was able to afford kids. No one could ever afford kids.
So she's not wrong. I completely understand what she's trying to say because even if I just take a look at my family, I am Mexican. My grandma had 11 children in the 1950s and 60s and all the way up to the 70s. Like she was busy pumping kids and she lived in poverty. Yes, this does imply that my grandmother had children when she was a teenager all the way up to adulthood. Because here's the thing, for families that were considered poor at the time in the 50s and 60s, okay, yes, the father was the breadwinner of the family. But the children didn't really have a childhood. They were forced to go out and work and contribute a little bit to the family. I know this because my mother told me. She started working when she was like 13, 14, when she was still a child. She didn't finish high school. And she was also stuck taking care of her younger siblings. And if I can use my Mexican mother as an example, she ended up just having two, although she was raised in a family with 11 children. Why just two? Because that felt like the more responsible thing to do and just more feasible to actually raise in a comfortable environment. Although I was raised in a very like middle income environment, I did have what I wanted, but it wasn't necessarily in a rich neighborhood or anything like that. We still faced some struggles as well, but overall I did have a childhood and I wasn't forced to go out working when I was a teenager. And now as an adult, I live comfortably. But even though I could technically have a child and just figure things out, money isn't necessarily my first cause of concern. I just don't think I'm emotionally capable of being a mother. And that is something that a lot of people tend to forget because while yes, raising children can be very expensive, it can also take an emotional toll as well. And not every single person is capable of being a good parent and shouldn't be a parent. Sorry, not sorry, but I just don't want to have children even if I could afford to have children. I don't want to have to figure things out when I still have things to figure out for my own self. I just don't feel like it's necessarily kind to the child to just wing it. Children are very perceptive, and if they grow up seeing their parents very stressed out about money, they will most likely form some issues that they will have to figure out once they're an adult. They're going to navigate through a lot of guilt and a lot of trauma, and I just don't think that it's fair to the child itself.
You have to like get over this whole thing like I can't afford kids. Like you're never gonna afford kids.
How about let's not and say we did? You have them. Have more. Have more of them. Since other people aren't having enough of them, you take it up and have more of them. And it doesn't matter that you can't afford to have them. Just have them.
And have some kids. Like, I think you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Although it seems bonkers and insane, this mindset is a lot closer to home than we realize. A lot of Latinos have this mindset. We have this like wing it, mindset when it comes to kids. Like, oh, well, when they're here, we'll figure it out, right? We don't know how to parent now, but we're going to literally learn along the way. Like I hear a lot of them saying like, oh, like, as I learned with my kid, I learned how to be a parent with my kid. Like we grew up together. I went to high school with this guy. He has like 3 or 4 kids now. And he was like, oh yeah, like I liked having kids because it taught me to grind harder. He's like, having kids made me grind harder. Because like before having kids, he didn't have a crib, right? He had a car, but he had no crib. Living in his mama's house with 2 kids. But again, he had this mindset that, hey, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. He's like, yeah, having my kids will make me grind harder. All he figured out was that now he has to work 2 jobs and never have any time off. So we might see this and be like, nah, this is crazy. This is insane. No, a lot of our family members think like this. This is a lot closer to us than we believe. And that's why so many of our family members are stuck. A lot of them aren't even married because they had the kids and they're like, oh, we'll figure it out, right? Now the kids are what's like their marriage label. So let this be a reminder to break the cycle, do better for yourself, be prepared. Like you're able to be prepared to be a parent. Like you can be ready to be a parent. Like I don't think I know anyone in my familial circle that has been ready to have kids that has kids. And the ones that are the most unready have the most freaking kids. So let this be your reminder. Go to school, get a degree, do something with your life, travel, explore, be your own person, figure out who you are and what works with you, figure out what works with your partner, figure out your living situation, and then you can start preparing to have a kid. Not making a kid, preparing to have a kid. Because the cycle will just keep happening. The cycle will continue and it keeps continuing. And that's why a lot of Latinos are stuck in this cycle because they don't get out of it, right? They have this same mentality that their parents had.
I just want to say this. No one in history was able to afford kids.
I am so tired of this. You'll never know when you're ready. You'll figure it out as long as you go. Like, we are talking about human lives, complex human lives that are babies that are going to turn into adults and have to live with the situation that they're being born into. I don't think it's making a good point at all saying, one, you're never going to be able to afford kids regardless of what happens. You're never going to be able to fully afford them. Why would you have them then? I think for a lot of people that say they want to have kids or they try to perpetuate the idea of other people having kids have never really come from a life of struggle, or they have, but they haven't learned from that cycle of struggle. One of the biggest reasons I personally don't want to have kids is, one, I want my time to be mine. I want to enjoy my life as I see fit, and I don't want to have to be tied down or bonded to this life that I'm going to have to take care of forever. Another big part of that, coming from someone who has lived in a household where my parents did struggle, rather my parent did struggle, I would never want that for somebody else, ever. I think if you're going to have a kid, you need to have everything. They need to be supported mentally, physically, in every aspect. They need to have everything they need to be a well-off adult. I think it's a very selfish notion to have kids, and especially when you're fully not prepared to even have them financially or in any other aspect, especially mentally, because that's important. But I think it's so selfish for people to have kids for their own selfish needs. Anytime I hear people saying they want kids, I only hear I never hear anything about the actual life that's going to be born into that situation, is going to have to live with your choices for the rest of their life. I think what a lot of people don't think about is how having a child will change your life, and not even just in terms of like you personally, how that will affect your relationship with your spouse, you know, how that will translate into your child's life and how that will affect them for the rest of their life. I think people really need to start thinking deeply about life-changing decisions and not just jump to let's do it for the hell of it and let's just have kids because that's what I'm told to do, or that's just something that I want for my, like, even if you have kids, and I think that's up to the person, they should do what they want with their life. You can't just go into it not thinking fully how this will affect your child.
So personally, for me, that advice pisses me off. Just do it. Just have the child. Don't worry. God is going to provide. You see, God is going to provide. Have that child. You'll figure it out in the process. You will understand it. Like, I just feel like that advice is BS. Like, it annoys me because you're literally telling me to change my life and bring another human being to this world when I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just bring those children to this world. I don't have money. I don't have anything. I'm not mentally stable. I'll just bring those children to this world and be figuring it out. Do you know the kind of burden you are putting on me for the rest of my life? Because once you have those children, once you're pregnant and you start having those children, boom, you have them for the rest of your life. They're not going anywhere. Anyway. So you're telling people not to figure it out, not to be financially stable, not to be ready, or not to know what you're doing before they jump into. I feel like that kind of advice is not for children. You can give that advice for something else. But when it comes to having a child, having another human being, raising a child, I do not think that is the best advice to give people. They need to know what they are getting into. Having a child has to be a serious matter. It's not just let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, you're trying to have a conversation with your partner about children, and they're like, "Oh, there's no money, or there's not this, or we're not this." You be like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We know what to do when we'll cross the bridge. When we get there, we'll cross the bridge. Bad advice for children. Bad advice. I just feel like that is the worst advice when it comes to getting pregnant, having children. Yes, it's not everybody that has children that was financially ready. It's not everybody that figured it out that was ready. Some people just had it when they were not ready. Some people are even having it, even though they know they're not ready, they keep having it. That is their choice, right? Most people want to really figure it out first, want to know what they are getting into first before they decide to have children. I feel like that is the best way to have a child, because you cannot just throw the child away. See, you can't throw the child away. The child is going to be with you for the rest of your life. What are you going to do once you don't figure it out? Or when you're tired, or when you can't. It's something that has to be with you for a long time. Most mothers are tired. They are crying on the internet. They are tired, but they cannot throw their children away because they just have to be with the child. That is the life they choose. So before you can choose that pattern for yourself, it's not something you just go blindly. To me, that is the worst advice ever. You don't go in blindly. You go in with your clear eyes. It's just like you entering marriage as well. You go in with your clear eyes, know what you're getting into, know why you're doing it. You have to have genuine reason why you want to have a child, who you're having the child with. If you want to do it alone, know that you're doing it alone, and you have to put things in check first. Because our parents did it, or probably your neighbors or your friends or your whatever family did it blindly and probably they got it right, does not make it a good thing or a good decision. Advising millennials and Gen Z to have children blindly, to me, is the worst advice ever, because having a child is a serious thing. You guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.